woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
To DianaWehbeOnline.com exclusive. I'm here with Icon. Icon, what up?
What's going on, Wehbe?
What's going on, Wehbe?
What's going on,
You'll talk to
Weebeezy?
the mic or me? Both. It's cool.
I'm gonna talk through the mic, but
To me.
to you.
Word.
Yes.
So, you're from LA.
I grew up all over Southern California.
Yeah.
I was born in Iran.
My brother.
Yes. My story goes, I was born in Iran. It was a tumultuous time.
True.
My mom wasn't having it. She didn't want to raise her kids in that environment. She moved me and my brother, and we grew up for the better part of our youth. We bounced around a little bit trying to find a home, but
Yeah.
we grew up for the better part of our youth in Orange County.
In Orange County.
Yeah, and then a lot of my growing years, especially as an artist, finding myself, figuring myself out, has happened, all over LA, from like Pasadena to Westchester. So I credit LA a lot for making me who I am, but that's why it's a Fresh Coast thing, because it's all over. And I got love for Riverside,
Fresh Coast Icon, yes, I.E. Steady
know
repping.
this.
I love
Yes,
that.
all
That's where the
day.
Fresh Coast thing comes from in your name.
Because it's all over, and all of it has played a little bit of a part in creating who I am and my character and defining me.
I love it.
Yeah, so I want to get back to all
Love
of it.
that. So right now you're working on what?
Right now I'm working on, this showcase.
Yes,
first and
South by
foremost.
Southwest in the media room, yes.
Yeah, that's right. Priority number one. I'm really focused on keeping a steady presence right now. I just released a single called Kick a Hole, and
Side note, for those of you who don't know Icon's music, your music is so dope to me. Like the first time I heard it, I thought like there's something epic in the way you deliver what you're trying to say.
you.
I love your music.
Thank you. Yeah, and I do. I take pride in the integrity of the music.
Yeah.
And I always want to do what's real and what's true to me, and then always have a message. Kick a Hole, I wouldn't say is necessarily like about a message-driven track as much as it is paying homage to a legend in Rakim, and Rakim will rock a party in a certain way, in the golden era, as they call it. Like, he would do it in a certain way that says, I'm going to control this party. It wasn't about, the females you had on deck. It wasn't about the money. It was just like, my presence alone as the MC, you know what I mean, is going to control this party.
I love it.
And yeah, I try to just do it, pay my own homage to that.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Dope.
Yeah, so the feedback's been great on that. Against All Odds is another one. And of course, I dedicated a record to, and again, with integrity, with Against All Odds, and I dedicated another record and Find a Way to what happened in Newtown. And again, it wasn't ever, the intention is never to exploit, and I never directly addressed that matter, but deeper rooted issues in society is to like, how do we arrive at this place?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's such a regularity.
So then you find a way subliminally through your music to like put that out there.
Yeah, so
That's
it's always
dope.
about a
Yeah.
message. Yeah.
That's super dope.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
So you go in with an intent.
Always. Like for me, my character alone, I always have to have a purpose for something. You know what I mean? And I never think anybody or anything is crazy.
Yeah.
So unless there's like some sort of chemical imbalance in your head and you're clinically
Definitely
crazy, people arrive somewhere for a reason.
Right.
They become who they are, what they are, and say what they say for a reason.
I love that.
I always have to figure out the root of what the outcome is. So for me, in my process, I always got to find that root and then build off it.
Love it. So I know when you walked in, I had this sitting here, speaking of purpose, my purpose project.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Applaud you.
Thank you.
Applaud you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's crazy.
Do you feel like music is your purpose?
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What was that moment for you though, when you were like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
I grew up a studious kid. I graduated high school with good grades, and I went to school. And when I was in school, I went to school, UC Santa Barbara, and like when you're in school, you're in an institution that pretty much is funneling you towards like the life that people are miserable in. And people, you tend to hear from people who fresh out of college like, oh, don't be in a rush to graduate. You're gonna hate it. This is gonna be miserable.
The 9 to 5.
You know what I'm saying? Do 5 years, do 6 years, get on your Van Wilder, just enjoy the ride kind of thing. And for me, I was like, the whole idea, like whether it's prison or it's university, it's an institution and it channels you in a direction.
Right.
And I just wanted to break that box. And so when I'm in school and I'm like, okay, I got my grades, so now I get to do what I want with my life. And this is what I want to do with my life. And it became ever so clear to me that, like, I remember just studying in the dorm room one day, like, you know, later for the office, like, that's for the birds. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Were you good in school?
As far as?
Like grades, did you show up to class? Like,
Yeah,
were you in the studio all night, ditching class the next day? Like, what was that?
You know, I focused on school while in school, and yeah, I always had good grades.
It wasn't for lack of being academic that you decided to go into music.
No, I mean,
you just think this is what it was for you.
Yeah,
right.
It was like step one, check academic. You know what I mean? Do my thing, handle my business in school.
Love it.
And now I get to choose career.
Yeah.
And for career wise, you know, ever since it's just been on the hustle, and you know, I got with the Next Align team and my man Mac, and the rest is been history. Shouts to Mac.
Dope. What do you feel is your greatest success so far in your life? It doesn't have to be music, anything.
Oh, man, I wasn't ready for that one. You know what? It is music, and it's like, because I get tested the most, and obviously it's a grueling grind. The industry like kicks you down often, and to get up and continue to find ways to like persevere. Yeah, that to me makes me feel alive. It's the challenge in that.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have something that you feel is your greatest failure?
Probably the industry.
Yeah, and it's funny how it works that way, right? The one thing because it is so hard, right? So you feel like every day it beats you down, you feel like you're failing, but then there's that day you wake up and there is that success moment.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have absolutely woken, I mean, I just come to these, like, because to do this does require some crazy. So then I have moments of sensibility where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, it breaks me. It breaks me all the way down. And it's like, in those moments, I do feel like a failure. But again, to snap out of it or wake up the next day with a fresh new start on my mind and all that, that's success. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let them know, Twitter, Facebook, website, where they can find you.
Everything is Fresh Coast Icon. Definitely get at me. It's spelled like a dictionary. No spaces, no underscores, nothing fancy. Fresh Coast Icon on Twitter, Facebook. And then you can get the rest on the YouTube and video updates and music updates there.
Dope, cool.
And this Purpose project, I gotta say it, you know, I tell you all the time off the camera, but I want to let it be known that I am a fan, I'm a full supporter, and when the project comes out, you know, and I don't know what I could say, you know, but we have our own conversations, but I'm a fan and I'm a supporter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
It's great.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. I hope the rest of your South by Southwest experience is fun.
My honor. Yeah.
DianaWehbe, online.com exclusive.
Yeah.